This is the Plaud Note Pro. This is a device that I use pretty much every day while I'm working. It helps me capture notes and also engage with my notes so that I don't have to focus so much on writing things down. If you've been following my channel for a while, you probably know that I'm pretty big on taking handwritten notes when I'm in meetings. I'm a sales professional and also a teacher, so I'm pretty much always taking notes. And yeah, believe me, I'm tired of it. And I don't have a great wrist anyway with all these injuries that I get from lifting weights. So what I wanted was something that I can just have listening for me in the background. And with all the different things that AI brings along the way, this is an example of one of the things that I've fully embraced. And believe me, I was hesitant at first too. How could this teeny tiny device really do anything like that? But I actually was sent the original Plaud Note a few months ago, and I did a video on that too. And I've been using this a lot. So when they offered, the folks over at Plaud offered to send me the new Pro model, I of course jumped on it, and I was pleasantly surprised to see that they look really similar. So the new one has an OLED little display here, which is really cool. So you know just right away how much power you have left and if it's running and stuff like that. Whereas the original, there's no display. So you're sort of guessing, you're using the feedback you get with the audible feedback to know that it's running. And I'm very happy to just set that aside and now embrace this one. So they work the same way. You press and hold the power button and that starts the recording. It then goes to the app when it's done. And you can get a full transcription as well as audio playback. And then you can engage with your notes. And I'll show you all that here in a moment, such that you can ask it questions like, well, what metrics were mentioned in this conversation? Or was there any mention of money, like a budget, for example? In sales, we want to know budget, timing, who makes decisions, a clear definition of how they view the problem. And then we try to extrapolate whatever risks may be involved in our sales opportunities. So I want to show you how that all works and how I engage with it. I'm going to do it in a slightly different way. What I'll do is actually have a conversation with Gemini and then record it using the Plaud Note Pro. So I'm gonna switch over to a different camera and then I'll have everything presented. It's gonna look a little weird, but I think it's gonna go over quite well in demonstrating how I use this device. One last thing I do need to mention, this is $180. So if you go directly to the Plaud website, I'll put it on the description here. You'll just click on it, you can buy it if you want to. While they did send me the device, there is no, I don't make any money off you buying it. I don't get credit if you've clicked the link or anything like that. I don't even know if they track it. I'm just going to put the link that I could find on my own. So anyway, I hope that all helps, and we'll jump right. Hey, Future Joe chiming in here to give you an important message about taking notes and recording other people's conversations. I'm always asking for permission, whether I'm teaching a class online or I'm in a virtual meeting. I always ask people, hey, do you mind if I record this? And if you use a tool like Zoom or Teams, I'm pretty sure those disclaimers are automatically placed up on the screen of the participant. But if you're using a tool like the Note Pro, you're definitely going to have to just ask for consent. So the folks over at Plaud, they asked me to interject with that, and I think it's very important. So please obtain consent from all whose voices are included before taking notes. Users are responsible for respecting privacy and complying with all local laws. All right, here we go. Tell me about George Washington.
Is there something specific you're interested in, like his military career, presidency, or personal life?
What years was he president of the United States?
George Washington served as president of the United States from 1789 to 1797.
How much money did he spend at the federal government while he was president?
The federal government's spending during Washington's presidency was significantly different from today. The total expenditures were much lower, but tracking the exact numbers can be complex due to historical records. Is there a particular aspect of the budget you're curious about?
All right, so now check this out. We're going to switch over to Plaud's application. Gotta turn this off too. Okay, so now I'm just inside the iPhone app. Of course, this is available on Android as well. Okay, so what you saw is just a minute long. I could play back the whole thing.
Tell me about George Washington.
Is there something specific you're interested in?
All right, so that all works, and it was really fast. It just pretty much immediately went up there. Now, the next thing we have to do is get the AI summary. So I can do an automatic generation, or I can customize my generation. There are a number of templates that you can load. And if you pay for their additional service, there are more templates as well. I can't remember what it costs, but it's pretty expensive. I'll get to that in a minute. But first I want to generate the auto generation. Okay, so it's uploading the file, it's doing its thing. Okay, let me see how much that service costs. So you get, in the starter plan, you have 300 minutes. And I delete a lot of stuff that I use because I'm trying to be pretty prudent. But anyway, so 300 minutes is fine for me, but if you want more, you're gonna have to pay for it. Then let me get to the pricing. You can also go to this website and you can access your notes online, which is cool. There's the private sync. So you can have it online somewhere else, which is cool. Here we go, this is what I was looking for. Okay, so manage plan. So you can upgrade to the unlimited plan. So it's $20 a month with a 3-day trial for free. And that's if you pay annually. Otherwise, it's $30 a month. I mean, I think that's a lot, but it depends on your use case. Maybe if you're an attorney or something and you record a ton of calls and you don't want to pay for somebody to transcribe them for you and all that stuff, then maybe it's worth this expense. But anyway, let's go back to the app. I'm a little surprised that it hasn't finished yet, because usually it's very fast. Maybe because I was playing around, so we'll just give it a second. This took way longer than I thought it would. It was probably a full 2 minutes, but I did get notified when it was ready. So, okay, this is, okay, inquiring application. Okay, so this transcript records a brief historical Q&A about George Washington. Okay, so it's kind of summarizing it. Notice it refers to us as speaker 1 and speaker 2. I believe you can change that so that it knows it's who speaker 1 is. I don't know if there's voice recognition. I should play around with that too. Okay, so what kind of questions I asked. It does an automatic mind map too, which if you had something more elaborate, like a 15-minute conversation, that would probably be even more helpful. Okay, so if you want, the AI is going to recommend some questions for you, or you can give it your own questions. So there is automatically quantitative data. This is part of the template, by the way. Remember I showed you can customize the generation of the AI? Yeah, so if you want something that's quantitative, and maybe you don't want some of the other things that are in here, you can customize your template. So it's giving me the years, which is helpful. Now, when I asked about the budget, it didn't state the budget, so I don't have those numbers in here. But had I asked, it would be in there. Okay, this is by mistake. So at the end, I didn't stop the recording and I started talking to you guys. So it's referring to what I said at the end about, let's show you the Plaud application. So that explains why this is called application at the top here, application transition. Anyhow, I hope you get the gist of it. Now, of course, you can share your notes, which is super helpful. You get some highlights, and then you can customize this further by, putting it into different templates and whatnot. And then you can organize it. You can rename it. You can put it into different folders. Just hit the plus button and off you go. So I did some other things like talking about HIT training, which is something I like to do on the side. So let's do the same thing here. There's an overview. You can, part of the template, you could have location and customer name. You can change all this, just type right over it. And then it's highlighting some things like the number of years. So I asked about optimizing gym activities and things like that. So yeah, I really like this a lot. For $180, technically $179, I think you're getting good value. The battery life has been good too so far. I actually haven't had to recharge it, so maybe I'm just not using it enough, based on what they expected. But I think if you're in the market for an AI note-taking assistant and you're considering either one, because they're both still available, just go straight to the Pro. The price on the regular Plaud that is not the OLED screen one here is $159. So it's $20 more to go to the Pro. So you don't need this one anymore. Go straight to the Pro. I'm sure you'll be happy with it. Big thanks to the team over at Plaud for sending this over, and thanks to you guys. I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.